शारदां देवीं श्रीगुरोः पादपङ्कजं जगद्गुरूञ्च शृङ्गाद्रिस्थितान् वन्देऽर्थसिद्धये नखनियमितकण्डून् पाण्डवस्यन्दनाश्वान् अनुदिनमभिषिञ्चन् अञ्जलिस्थैः पयोभिः दशनविधृतरश्मिः देवकी पुण्यराशिः avatu vitatagaatra stotra nishyota. So the shloka for this year is the 22nd chapter of the 22nd shloka of the 5th chapter. Yehi samsparshaja bhogaah dukkhayonaya evate adyantavantah kaunteya nateshuramate buddhaha. So this shloka is a very good example to show the iron chain of reasoning and the precision with which Bhagavan narrates things throughout Gita. The 5th chapter is started by Arjuna's question of whether karma sannyasa is different or exclusive from karma yoga itself. And as Bhagavan explains that the two are not quite so different, but of these karma yoga is the greater, he then describes the qualities of such a yogi. And in doing so, to completely understand the shloka, we need to look at the context of it. So I'll just quickly talk about the previous shloka, in which Bhagavan says, Bahya sparsheshu asaktatma vindatyatmani yatsukham sayogi brahmayuktatma sukham akshayam ashnate. So Bhagavan is saying, in order to get that atmananda, in order to obtain jnana, it is necessary for one to remove oneself from all external laukika anandas, from those bahya sparshas. And by doing so, one will gain akshaya sukha, happiness, ananda that is eternal, that will not change, that will not ebb or flow. So then, it's almost like a child, right? The mother says, do not eat a chocolate, then the child says, but why? So in the same way, the sadhaka here can perhaps get the question, but why do I need to remove myself from these laukika anandas to get that akshaya sukha? Can I not find those in the world around me? To which the answer is a resounding no by Bhagavan. And to back up his point, he gives the pros and kind of cons of this of these bahya sparshas. And the reasons that he gives for why these are to be stayed away from are, first of all, they're samsparshajaha, then they're dukkhayonayaha, and then they're adyantaha. So the first qualification he gives these bhogas are that they're samsparshajaha. Their sparsha is the sanyoga of the indriya and the vishaya. Now, the word vishaya itself is denoting what kind of a path this is leading you into. Vishinoti badhnati iti vishaya, shing bandhane dhatu. So, the nature of a vishaya itself is to bind. As Shankaracharya says in Viveka Chudamani, Shabdadhivif panchabhireva pancha panchatva mapuho swagunena baddha kuranga matanga patanga bhranga minaha. So, by getting sucked into this vishaya, the indriya and the vishaya, the moth which looks at the form of the fire and falls into it, the elephant that gets captured due to its longing for the touch of the she-elephant, the deer which listens to the music and then is captured by the hunter, the fish which longs for the taste of the bait on the hook, all of these due to indriya laulya in one indriya, due to asakti in one vishaya, these are getting destroyed, these are losing their lives. Then what to say of man, who is essentially becoming a slave to all five of these? So the samsparsha jatvam itself is, as he says in 2nd chapter, matra sparshastha kaunte sitoshna sukha dukkhadaha agama apayinaha anityaha. How can something that is going and coming, agama apayina and anitya, that is not eternal, give akshaya sukha? The logic itself does not follow. Then next he says, these are dukkhayonayaha. Sukhena bindu matrena dukkhancha parvatopanam, goes the saying. So the seeming sukham mohanatmana, he says in 18th chapter. The seeming sukha, in fact, leads into other dukkhas. The bhoge roga bhayam kule chuti bhayam vittendra palad bhayam vade shastre vade bhayam gune khala bhayam rupe jaraya bhayam maune dainya bhayam bale ripu bhayam kaye kratantad bhayam sarvam vastu bhayanvitam bhuvindranam vairagyameva bhayam. Any lokika vastu that you take, the dvitiyad bhayam bhavati, The fact that because it is not Advaita, there is always another. If you are a Pandita and you get the Sanmana, they wrap the shawl around you, that Ananda is almost immediately replaced by the fear that there will be someone else that will counter you and will be wearing that shawl the next time there is a Sabha. So, which is why Bhartrihari says that Viraga, realizing that all of these are transitory, is the true Ananda, and therefore these Laukika Anandas are truly Dukkhayoneyaha. And then, furthermore, these are Adyantavantaha. So, there are always three things in any relationship. In this case, it is the enjoyer, the object being enjoyed, and enjoyment. So, if we look at all three of these, we see that none of these can really give the Akshaya Sukha, because the object being enjoyed. The word Jagat itself, Gacchati iti Jagat, it is transitory, it goes. Therefore, whatever Vastu you're experiencing cannot be Akshaya. Then, the enjoyer himself, the Shadvikaravat Shariram, Asti Jayate, Vardhate, Viparinamate, Apakshiyate, Nashyati. This body itself is transitory and it is changing. Therefore, this cannot last forever. And even if we do find a body that lasts forever and we find an object that lasts forever, we cannot say with any guarantee that the ananda that we get from it will last. Because even in economics, we have the law of diminishing returns, right? The first laddu will give you happiness, second one is good, 3, you start to get tired of it, 50 gives you indigestion. And if you eat 500, you'll probably never want to have a laddu ever again in your life. So, this concept of that the ananda that you get is also not permanent really drives in the fact that this cannot give you the ananda that you're looking for. And furthermore, drig drishyo tau padartho dvo paraspara vilakshano drig brahma drishyam mayasya. So the person that is experiencing and the experience themselves merge to become Brahma, and then the thing that is being, the drishyam, whatever is being seen or experienced, that is to be realized to be Maya because it is transitory. And once you realize that, because these Bahya Sparshas, which are Maya, are transitory, then you learn to become Brahmananda Pratishtita, he says, to stay in that Brahmananda. And now, once Bhagavan has established that these Laukikanandas are all transitory, now we also kind of have to look at the guarantee that the Atmananda has to somehow be better than these. Because if you're moving out of a house, it is with the certainty that there is another house that you're moving to. So now we need to look at whether or not Brahmananda can indeed provide that Akshaya Sukha. So, first of all, the quantity of Ananda that we get. In Taittiriya Upanishad, the highest level of enjoyment that man can have with Laukika Vastus is Yuvasyat Sadhu Yuvadhyayakaha. So in the prime of youth and a sadhaka, Ashishto Drishto Balishta, both firm and strong in body and mind. Tasya Yam Prithvi Sarvavittasya Purnasyat. And if this entire earth, complete with riches and all, is under his dominion, then that is the highest Laukika Ananda that man can experience. And then, of course, in Anandavali, then 100 times of this is Deva Gandharva Ananda, then Gandharva Ananda, and then Prajapati Ananda, and then Indra Ananda. And then that Indra Ananda is Yat Saukhyamudi Lesha Leshata Ime Shakradayo Nirvritaha. Through only a fraction of that Brahmananda, Indra transgresses the normal Indrananda that he gets. So that kind of gives you an idea of the scope of the Ananda that you're getting. Furthermore, as to why this Ananda stays, we need to turn to Shankara's Swatma Nirupanam. Yaspurati Bimba Bhutaha Sabhaved Ananda Eva Sakalatma Pragordhvam Apicha Sattvat Avikaritvat Abadhyamanatvat. So as to why this Bimba Bhuta, this world is the reflection, the Mula Virat, the one that is reflected in this world, as to why he is the Ananda Swarupa that we all need to go for. It is because he is Pragurdhvam Apicha Sattvat, because he exists both before and after this whole Laukika Vastu kind of maze came into play, and also Avikaritvat, because as mentioned before, the Vikaras that the Sharira goes through, he has none of those Vikaras. Avikaritvat, Abadhyamanatvat, and nothing can shake it from that pedestal of Ananda, because it makes up everything. Sarvam samapnoshi tatosi sarvaha. Therefore, Bhagavan stresses in this that we must turn away from these Laukika Anandas and turn towards that Brahmananda that can give us the Akshaya Sukha that every sadhaka looks for.
How long have you been studying Sanskrit and the Vedanta and all these things?
Just the last couple of years.
In 2 years you have picked up all this stuff?
Well, not 2 years, but maybe since 8th grade, I'd say.
Okay, it's almost 10 years.
8th grade is 5 years. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was looking at 8 years, 7 years. Subtraction is 0. Very good. Really enjoy your talk. Comments?
So, when you talk about, you quoted Viveka Chudamani, you talked about the, so can you give an example of, you talked about the various animals and how they fall prey based on one sensory object or one sensory attraction, and that humans have all of them. Can you think of an example that would encompass some of these?
So, all of our Puranas, let's take Indra, right? He has all of Swarga Lakshmi at his disposal, and we see numerous times Durvasa's Shapa, he loses all of those because he got so bogged down into those that he couldn't recognize. He thought that the Indriya Sukha he was getting was more than the Brahmajnana that Durvasa had in front of him, and he disrespects him. That is one thing. If we look at all the traditional villains, Ravana is Sparshalolya, for lack of a better term, and that completely wiped away whatever Vedanta, Veda Vijnana, whatever Shastras he had studied. With Duryodhana, same thing. Rajya Bhoga is what he wanted, and then all the rest, all his learning and all the other good qualities he had, even history doesn't remember it. So.
His name changed from Suryodhana.
No, very good.
Good job.